Now we're at Precept 4. And Precept 4 builds upon Precept 3 that built upon Precept 2 and 1. So we started by really recognizing the energy that was motivating us to develop and evolve ourselves. Then we connected and learned how that energy was flowing through us. And in the last precept, we begin to develop an understanding of that which is observing how that's all happening. This witness, we became more aware of what our own consciousness is. Precept 4 is all about becoming conscious of how conscious you are and developing greater conscious awareness. So here's the key to it all. Take a deep breath and reflect on this. The more conscious you become, the happier you are. This I can say not only from my own experience, but from teaching thousands of people. The more unconscious you are, conversely, the more frustration, suffering, and pain comes into your life. So it behooves us to become more conscious. So how does one become more conscious? And the key to it is to become conscious of how conscious you are, and then consciously making the effort to become more conscious. And this isn't just a play on words. The word consciousness has been in the dictionary and in our vernacular for some time, but we haven't typically given much thought to what our own consciousness is. Maybe we take for granted that we have a degree of consciousness, but throughout the day, you're at different levels of consciousness. For instance, you might be very happy for part of the day and then get a phone call and then be very unhappy as the result of things that were said on the phone call or the meeting or wherever you happen to be. And so your state of consciousness will go up and down. And the most obvious example would be you might be happy or might be sad. Sad being a negative, lower feeling. We kind of intuitively get that these negative emotions bring us down. It's heavy, it's less desirable, in other words, than being in a clear, open, happy state, a peaceful state. So you're either conscious or you're not. But who decides what state you're going to be in? And this is the essence and the key to understanding the fourth precept, is what is that makes the choice? You can decide to be angry or not, or to be happy or not. There may be a strong influence, something you're experiencing that pulls you and directs your attention away from what's bringing you happy, and you voluntarily go along with that energy, or maybe support it, or join it, say in being angry back, or being scared as well. And so other people tend to pull each other down sometimes by connecting energetically at a lower state. But no matter where you are, at any time, anywhere, you can always just remember, oh, hey, I'm disconnecting. I'm going into a lower state of consciousness, and then consciously just come back up to this place of inner peace within yourself. And you're not dwelling down here anymore. You just made an adjustment to the actual physical energy moving through your body, which affected your state of well-being and the harmony and balance in your life, which in turn enables you to deal with the situation better than if you were just reacting emotionally. So it's a matter of practicing. So you are either conscious or you're not, but who decides which state you're going to be in? Think about that. Now take a deep breath and let's go into meditation. I want you to find a comfortable place to sit if you haven't already. And as you close your eyes, just imagine that you're stepping into a hot, bubbling jacuzzi or a hot tub or a bubble bath or whatever vision that relaxes you and makes you feel good. But develop this ability to use your creative visualization to help invoke the sensation that you want to direct your mind and body to. Inhale and feel the air. Feel the prana. Feel how alive the earth is. Just feel the living presence of God spread out before you in all the animals and the plants and the blossoming of the flowers and the wind and the elements themselves. There's life all around you. Breathe in and feel that life and join it. Engage it. Feel it cycling in your body. And as you breathe out, let go of everything. Let your shoulders drop. Let your mind relax. Close your eyes and roll your eyes up to the point between the eyebrows. And just gently gaze into your mind's eye. And then let go. And rather than trying to meditate, you allow yourself to be meditated and enjoy the feeling. Just sitting in this jacuzzi of consciousness, getting high on God, like bong hits on God, or sipping Merlot, or whatever you may have done in the past. You can now imbibe on the divine itself, in the soma, which is the life force flowing through us all. This nectar, this sweetness, this beautiful feeling is your own indwelling spirit. So as you engage your mind's eye, you're simply turning on the flow of the life force that enables you to engage that life force. So breathe in, close your eyes, gaze into your mind's eye. Feel the prana as you inhale. So it's visceral as you're inhaling and you're absorbing. Feel the energy begin to cycle, or imagine it moving up and down your spine. And as you relax your breath and let everything go, just let all the tension subside. Just let everything go. Feel it dissolving, melting away. Gentle breath in. And Swamiji used to say, the atmosphere around us is purified and blessed by the divine. So feel or imagine the atmosphere around you purified and blessed. And then he would say, the divine energy descends upon you and you are purified and blessed. So you just might imagine like pixie dust or a waterfall of light flowing down over and into your body, purifying you, making your body and mind a pure vehicle or channel for your own indwelling spirit to shine forth and guide you. And then he would say, salutations to your mother, your father. And then think of the Lord. Think of Christ or Buddha, and whoever your guru is, whoever inspires you, whoever you love. Just bring that love and inspiration into your life, wherever you find it, and feel your heart opening to receive. And I always start the meditation with a little prayer. I like to say, Lord, help me to be a pure vehicle for your love and light and wisdom. Help me to think and say what needs to be conveyed to all those that are watching. And if you hold a similar space in your consciousness where you allow the divine to guide you, it will. So breathe in and open your heart to receive. Gaze into your mind's eye, and you might just imagine how that energy is beginning to flow up your spine. And it actually kind of begins to move out of the top of your head like a fountain of light up in your crown chakra, all this light flowing. And we're going to work on the crown chakra in a couple more lessons. But right now, I want you to just focus on your third eye and dial in on the feeling. Let that feeling be your guide. And if you get off the mark, just come back. It's not a big deal. You don't fight it. You don't try and make it happen. You just let go, and like a river, like floating in a raft, you'll just flow into the stream of consciousness. You will flow into the spirit, and your awareness will merge into the spirit. And that will bring the bliss. So gaze into your mind's eye, take a deep breath, and then bring your hands up and feel the energy being extended from me to you. And let that energy, like sunlight, as you're sitting on the beach, you might actually feel like a gentle warmth on your hands, and your chest, and your face. It's just love. Let that love in. Take a deep breath and let the Shakti in, this Shaktipat, the spirit. So I'm reaching out to you in spirit as spirit. And we're simply connecting spiritually or psychically, if you will. And as you inhale, you're just going to tune in like a radio. You're a radio receiver. I'm a radio transmitter. You're also a transmitter, and I'm also a receiver. So we've got an exchange of energy flowing between us. It's an exchange of love and camaraderie and fellowship. Breathe in and let that love in. Open your heart just a little bit more. And then bring the left hand down and go ahead and take your right hand and feel the energy now swirling out to your fingertips. And bring those fingertips over to your third eye and just, again, pass the energy to your mind's eye. And that's just a little trigger. It's just a little inducement, enhancement And now bring that right hand down so both hands are on your knees. And you can, if you want to relax your mind even more, you can connect the index finger with the thumb in what's known as the Chi Mudra. Or if you like, you can just open your palms and just sit there like a sponge, absorbing as much energy as you want. Or you can lace your fingers together and put them in your lap, or use any other mudra you might know. But I want you to breathe in now and gaze into your mind's eye. And think about through the day, what kind of different experiences you have. There'll be times you're going to be happy and times maybe less happy or distracted or have a new challenge. But most of the time we're not paying attention really to where our head is at or what emotions are guiding our decisions and thoughts. So as you check in with yourself, as soon as you ask yourself, how conscious am I? Or what state am I in? As soon as you even think that, the moment you step back, it's like you're stepping out of the car or pulling yourself away from the computer and getting perspective. As soon as you do that, you're going to elevate yourself and gain greater perspective. And so the more often you check in with yourself and become aware of how aware you are or how conscious you are, you're going to find you're going to become increasingly more conscious. You simply have to ask yourself, where am I at? How conscious am I? And asking yourself that question is going to make you a little more conscious than where you were moments before you thought the question. So what you want to do is create a process in your life where you're checking in with yourself. And you can do this with a journal. And perhaps just every hour of the day, use time as your reminder and just ask yourself, how conscious am I? What state am I in? And so from 0 to 10 or 100, whatever scale you want to use, you can say, well, how happy am I? Am I just so-so? Am I around 5? Am I having a not so good day? Is it a 3? Is it a horrible day, like a 1 or 2? Or is it a pretty good day? Maybe you're 7, or maybe you've been meditating and you're just full of life. It's more like a 9. Or maybe you're in meditation and it's just blissful. It's 10. So you're going to be going in different states throughout the day, but as you're checking in, what happens is you're able to recalibrate yourself. So maybe at 6 o'clock you get up and you meditate and you're doing pretty good. You're up in the 7s. Maybe you start at 6 and get to a 7 or 8. And you have your meal, you get to work, you're talking to your friends 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then at 10 o'clock there's a phone call. And it's information you didn't want to hear. It's information that upset you, or whatever emotional response, you're no longer feeling as good as you did. There's a clear difference in how you feel. Well, the next time you check in, if it's on the hour, or maybe you just can do it in the morning and in the afternoon and in the evening. But as often as you can check in and you say, oh wow, I was up in the 7s all morning and now I'm down in the low 5s and 4s, or whatever that number means to you, you catching that at that hour reminds you to pull out of whatever your mind, emotions, and body are doing that's perpetuating that cycle. You can catch yourself quicker and make the adjustment so it doesn't last another hour and another hour and another hour. And maybe when the next hour comes around and you check in and you say, well, how conscious am I? You say, ooh, I started sliding back in to my old behavior and thoughts. So then it's a reminder for you to, okay, I'm going to pull out of that. And I'm going to start introducing a new way of thinking, a new perspective. So this is going to become a part of your journaling then too, is becoming aware of what's pressing your buttons, what's showing up in your life, in what ways are you being tested, and what are the lessons that you need to learn from the experience, because once you learn the lessons, you can move on. And if you don't learn the lesson, what happens when you don't learn a life lesson? At first, it's a little flick on the ear, and then it's a slap on the face, and if you still don't get it, it might be a big baseball bat in terms of a life experience. Take the person that's not eating good foods. They might have a little bit of an illness as a warning, but if they continue that bad habit, they can get really sick and even die. So by paying attention, by being conscious, you can start making these micro adjustments and start to train your brain to start thinking and feeling the way that works best for you. It's just a matter of getting in the habit and having a practice. So I'm giving you a practice that's going to help you make these adjustments. So throughout the day, you just check in with yourself and say, where am I at? And every time you do, you're going to connect more deeply to that presence of God within yourself. Connect with your spirit and let that light in. It's just going to keep bringing more light in throughout the day. And then if you like, you can also check in with me and just say, Steve, I need a hug. I need a little support. I would love for you to be there to just give me a little energy to help me get through this afternoon or through this experience. I want to be there for you. You connect with me in meditation, you're going to feel that's going to support you too. So get all the support you can. We're here to help you. I love you. So take a deep breath and let that love in. And just remember, anytime you're feeling anything other than happiness and peace, that it is only serving as a reminder to get back in touch with yourself. Anytime you're feeling anything other than happiness and peace, it is only serving as a reminder to get back in touch with yourself. So in order for this to be ingrained into your long-term memory now, I want you to repeat it out loud. Anytime, repeat after me, anytime that I'm feeling anything other than happiness and peace, it's only serving as a reminder to get back in touch with myself. Now, repeat it silently to yourself. Anything other than happiness and peace, anytime you're not connected, in other words, this is only serving as a reminder for me to get back in touch with myself. So it's a time to get reconnected. If you get disconnected, you just get reconnected. God never left. The connection is always within you, but your mind may wander. You'll start ignoring or denying the divine presence or this life force or this higher awareness. You'll go into a lower awareness because of a pattern in your brain. So in this precept, we're learning how to identify the patterns. In your journal, you want to start writing them down. What are the who, what, when, where, whys, and hows of whatever pressed your buttons. Understand what's happening in your life. What are the dynamics of your mental programming? What's bringing about a sadness or a fear or an anger or some condition you don't want in your life? And what's the better perspective to have and way to deal with the situation? Just write it down in your book. And you have all the time in your life to do this. You might do a little bit every day. That's the idea. Life is a learning experience. You're here to learn and grow and evolve. This isn't making you bad or wrong. We all have life learning experiences, but it's kind of like being in school. If you read the text and you listen to the teacher and you do the exercises, when the pop quiz and the final exam come, you've nailed it. But if you're not paying attention, you'll find your life experiences get difficult. And this is what's happening in the world. People aren't paying attention to the ways that they're reacting, maybe consciously, maybe subconsciously. So throughout the day, you're going to become increasingly more conscious of how conscious you are, and that's going to evolve your consciousness. The other thing that's going to help you is to become conscious of what makes you go unconscious. So you want to put in your journal, where is pride coming up? Where is anger coming up? Where is fear coming up? Where is sadness coming up? Where is I'm not good enough? Shame, guilt? You should have an inventory and understand when these kinds of things come up for you so that you can have a new way of thinking and addressing these emotions when and if they come up again. By being conscious of your programming, you can change it. And it's easy to change. But first you have to look and understand how your own mind is working. And this is the underlying problem for most people, is they're not conscious when they go unconscious. And so they stay unconscious. So the more conscious you are of how conscious you are, the more your consciousness evolves. So if you're taking accounting of what state you're in every day, you're going to get in the habit of being aware of how aware you are every day. That's going to make you more aware. until you're fully aware. And that's how you want to live. That's where you're going to find real joy and happiness and peace in your life, by staying connected to Source, by staying connected with God, by staying connected with Holy Spirit, or however you want to address this divine presence in your life. So having said all that, let's go direct again and direct that divine presence. Matter of fact, bring your hands up and bend your elbows 90 degrees, but this time hold your palms up, flat, like you're holding a baby in your arms. I mean, aren't babies wonderful? When you look at a baby, doesn't everybody love a baby? It doesn't matter the color, the religion, where it's from. It could be an alien baby. I mean, just babies are sweet and beautiful. And we have this sweet spirit self that is seeking to express itself through what we think and say and do. So as we're sitting here, let us address that higher self, or that spiritual self, and let us hold the intention that we are going to allow that higher expression to be expressed through what we think and say and do, simply by stepping back from our mind and allowing that space, allowing that light to come through what we think. Breathe in. Say, Lord, help me to be a pure vehicle for your love and light and wisdom. And then again, bring your hands up and turn your palms out as you gaze into your mind's eye. And feel the energy passing to you. Breathe in and absorb the feeling. So the idea of coming back into the feeling now is to both reinforce it and to see if we can bring it up another notch, to recalibrate to a higher level of consciousness. Breathe in and feel that energy moving down your arms into your heart. And now as you breathe out, feel that light spreading out in all directions around you. Again, breathing in and absorbing. I am open to receive, I am open to receive, I am open to receive, I am open to receive. And just feel yourself opening, opening, opening. And then as you breathe out, you can go ahead and bring your hands back down, put them in your lap, close your eyes, gaze into your mind's eye, and let's just dive into the feeling. Observe the feeling. Just note what state you're in. How different is it from perhaps an hour ago? Do you feel the peace? Do you feel some joy? Do you feel a buzzing? Let that joy in. Breathe in and open your heart just a little bit more. That's it. Observe the feeling. Be the feeling. Thou art this. Realize this. This is your enlightenment. You've never been anything other than that which you already are. It's just your mind beginning to realize the true nature of yourself. The self's always been the self. But your mind thought you were someone else, something else. It identified with its own experiences through the senses. It created a sense of self. And now your own mind is beginning to realize that there's more to you than your mind and body. That there's an eternal aspect of your being. There is a consciousness itself that is being expressed through the body and mind. And this is all beginning to integrate into your awareness. This is all an understanding that you already have innate within yourself. And all we're really doing is going in and accessing this part of you that already knows. That's what's so beautiful about it. You don't have to believe anything I'm saying. You can simply practice this and see for yourself. And that's what I'm advising you to do now. This will be your exercise. In addition to the meditation and deepening this connection each day, is to simply be aware, how connected am I throughout the day? And then again throughout the evening, in your sleep, you'll begin to be aware too. This awareness will continue to grow And it'll spread not only through all the times in your life, but all the places in your life, wherever you go. Because wherever you go, there you are, and there is your spirit. There is the consciousness as well. God never goes away, but our mind may wander. So again, anytime you're feeling anything other than happiness and peace, which is this natural state, you just come back to the natural state. If you get out of state, you come back to state. If you get disconnected, you get reconnected. If you need help, play this precept again, or connect with me psychically in your meditation, and you'll get a little boost. It will help you recenter, reconnect, and ground. So speaking of grounding, everybody breathe in and feel the energy in your nervous system, feel it in your chi, feel it in the electromagnetic fields around your body, feel it between you and me. And if this energy ever gets too much, if you ever feel too spaced out or too high, or sometimes a lot of Shakti in your body can cause some nervousness, like maybe drinking too much coffee, and it's not going to hurt you, but what you can do to ground yourself is simply rub your tailbone, squeeze your PC muscle or your anus so that your nerves down in the root chakra are activated, and feel the energy coming back down. So putting your attention at the bottom of the tailbone helps bring the energy back down to the first chakra and ground you. Putting your hands on or feet in the soil can help ground you. Taking some deep breaths and just being in your body will ground you. Any sexual activity will ground you. Otherwise, enjoy the feeling up here in your head. And this feeling will keep growing as you practice every day. And ladies, when you're on your menstrual cycle, it's good that you ground during those days to help support your body's ability to produce the estrogen that it needs. Otherwise, enjoy the buzz all the time. And if you ever are sick, you get a cold or a flu, it's good if you bring energy back down to the root chakra and ground at the end of your meditation so that that energy can be used to make your body stronger again. Otherwise, you can continue to let it come up into the head. So with that being said, let's take one more deep breath in and look at our life and just taking a moment to go through, say, your last week, the last few days, and ask yourself, well, what ways was I being tested? What were the things that caused me to not feel as good as I could have felt, or to not deal with this situation as well as I could have dealt with it? What's the better way to deal with the situation, too? And I want to invite you to start writing little notes out as much as you want to in your captain's log or journal. The more insight you gain from this self-reflection, the more wisdom you're going to gain, the more you're going to start seeing what to do. And over the next few lessons, I'm going to give you some more tools to help identify and change that programming. So, everyone take a deep breath. Feel that energy opening up inside. And as you breathe out, I want you to completely let go again. Completely let go and just observe the sensation in your body. That's what's so beautiful about this meditation, is the feeling takes over. So you don't have to keep breathing or repeating a mantra or doing something. You go into a place of non-doing. It takes you beyond the mind and senses into a transcendental state. So breathe in, gazing into your third eye, and just feel the life force flowing in your body. Breathe out and completely merge into that feeling. Just let yourself go. Let yourself flow and enjoy it. Very good. Now observe the feeling. Observe the feeling within you and around you. Observe the floatiness. Observe the emptiness. Do you feel a tingling? Do you feel a buzz? All kinds of interesting sounds, visions, lights, sensations can come through your mind and body. Just observe and enjoy them. Remember, you are always protected and guided by the divine in all your activities, day and night, in all places. There's nothing that can harm you or hurt you. There's just love. Breathe in and feel that love. Open your eyes for a moment. Let's connect spirit to spirit, soul to soul, and feel that energy and that light. Feel the connection. Feel the love. And then again, close your eyes and internalize the experience. Dive into the feeling. May you all enjoy good health, long life, prosperity, happiness, and peace. May the whole world live in happiness and peace. Om Shalom. Amen.